Hi, boys and girls. I hope you had a great week, and I hope you liked your story from last week. This week, our story is called Jesus and the Storm. I think you'll really like it, so pay attention to it, and we can talk about it after. Now, Jesus had been teaching everywhere he went. He would have multitudes of people just crammed around to get close to him, just so they could just barely hear what he was saying. So it was one of those days where he was tired. He had done a lot and he really needed some rest. So he talked to the disciples and he said, let's sail the boat over to the other side of Galilee. So they all got in the boat. Sometimes they fall. And they start off. Jesus was tired. He asked if they had something for him to lie down, and they gave him a blanket, and he got comfortable in the back and fell asleep. Meanwhile, there was a storm brewing, and the water started to get really crazy. There was big waves. Water would come into the boat from the waves. They were scared because the boat would tip forward and backward. They didn't know what to do. Finally, someone said, "Go wake up Jesus." So one of the disciples went back and woke up Jesus, and they said, Jesus, Jesus, we're in a storm and we're gonna die. The water is coming in the boat and there's a terrible wind and we're scared and we don't know what to do. Could you please help us? Don't you care about us? Of course Jesus cared about them. Jesus got up. He was sleeping because he knew he could take care of it. Got up, he said, "Peace and calm to the wind." And all of a sudden, the wind stopped. Peace and calm to the waters. And he put his hand out, and the water stopped. And then he looked at his friends and he said, "I don't understand. Do you still not believe me? I've been telling you all these things, that I would take care of you." And I think he felt a little bit bad about that. But they had another day ahead to teach and to go through the countryside. That's what their job was, to go tell people about Jesus and God. Now I wonder what it must have been like to be one of the disciples in the storm, to not know what was going to happen, and to be tossed and turned by the waves. I wonder what that would be like. I wonder what it must have been like for them to follow Jesus and have to go to different places and leave their families, and they're not sure where they're going to be. But they followed him because that's what he wanted. I often think that sometimes when we do godly play, some of the questions are silly, but you might not think so. So if you have your own question that you think you want to talk about, you can always send it in to us and we can talk about it. So we miss you. We pray for you. If you look around, you'll see that I'm in the godly playroom. I came down here so it would have you'd have a little look again at your godly playroom. So anyway, I'm gonna have to cut that.